we're going to talk about the region of Europe. Well, let's make a little recap of the information that the world already knows about this continent. Well, this continent is known because here it took place two of the bloodiest wars the world has ever seen. Well, that would be the World War One and World War Two, and also in this continent, well, many of these continents, like Portugal, Spain, were great colonists, specifically on the region of Africa or America. And also the economy, well, nowadays the economy in this area is known because it is dropping, and it's really bad now.
So, one of the main processes in Europe was the French Revolution. It started in when King Louis VI imposed many taxes, the rights of many citizens, in which it stated some things like the property it was owned by the people who lived in there or who purchased it. So mainly because of that, some radicals started to go, and they decided to kill the king. They chopped his head, and further things happened. Some people came to try to conquer France, and those radicals decided to rise in arms, take the power, and start chopping heads. Was that it caused the Congress of Vienna, because Napoleon took the government and started conquering many of the countries that were next to France.
Now we're going to talk about the Congress of Vienna. Well, this first started because Napoleon first tried to get away all the monarchies, and he pushed away the royal families. So when this happened, lots of people in Europe started getting in their lives nationalism, and then they exiled Napoleon. And when this happened, it came the colonization, and when this happened, lots of people acquired nationalism as part of their lives, and then it formed the Congress of Vienna. Lots where they divided Africa, Asia, and America. Some of the consequences of the Congress of Vienna were that in Africa, Asia, and America, lots of revolutions happened, and they weren't really happy with the division. And then this caused the Industrial Revolution, because the raw material increased a lot, and that caused the Industrial Revolution.
So now we're going to talk about the Industrial Revolution, and it happened in the 1750s. So with the Industrial Revolution, there was an increase in food, therefore there was an increase in people. And so, as people live in villages, they started growing, and they became cities. With this, there was a major increase in the textile industry, and they invented the steam engine, and with this came the iron industry. And so a lot of things came to an advance, and so people wanted a free market so that they could trade freely. And with this came capitalism.
So I'm going to talk about German and Italian unifications. So Italy first. After the Congress of Vienna, Italy was divided into 9 states. And the fact that the geography was so bad with all the mountains and the Alps and everything kind of helped with the division. But the desire to not be conquered again after the Napoleon conquest led to the unification of Italy. And this was possible with 3 main characters called Mazzini, Garibaldi, and Cavour. While Bismarck made the German unification possible. So when Austria declared war to Prussia in 1866, what is called now the 7 Weeks War took place. Prussia annexed territory, and Eastern and Western Prussia were united for the very first time.
Now we're going to make a resume of what we saw of Europe.
Well, so mainly we can say that because of the French Revolution, it started the new ideals of democracy, because when they overthrown the king, they decided to make a republic. That's why it was like a bit unstable, and some people like rise against power and took the power eventually.
Well, you could say that because of the French Revolution, it inspired many other revolutions that took place in the colonies that Europe had. And well, you can say that the liberalism idea spread from the revolution in France.
One of the consequences of the Industrial Revolution was the capitalism and all the things that came from
The
it.
ideas that came from there. And then finally we can resume that the Congress of Vienna is, because of that, started lots of revolution in America and also in Africa and Asia. And the monarchies were thrown